This is the top 10 most dangerous sharks in the world list. There are many of them on the internet. YouTube has many, and they all differ. Some of them are the same sharks, but in different orders. Some of them have some sharks on the list that I didn't put on mine. Mine's based on, I just went over how many incidents there were with sharks, unprovoked attacks, how many um, how many people have been killed by sharks and how many people just wounded, the frequency of these sharks' encounters with people, and the aggressive behavior of different sharks. And I kind of put those all together and just come up with my own list. It's um, somewhat pseudoscientific. It's an opinion also, um, as well, and I was surprised that the way the list came out when my own research came out. I figured one shark would be the top shark, and it ended up being another one. But what also I want people to know that sharks are not as dangerous as Hollywood makes them seem. There hasn't been that many sharks. The last shark attack in the United States was in 2012. So, or fatal shark attack anyway. Um, so, take that into account that sharks got a reputation they don't rightfully deserve. And so the sharks numbers have diminished a lot since the movie Jaws come out and the big hysteria against great whites and other sharks. And people's fear of sharks made people hunt them many species almost to extinction. And sharks are much needed to keep the balance in the oceanic ecosystem. And so have respect for sharks, but divers swim amongst sharks all the time. Humans are not on their diet, on their menu. Oftentimes they say sharks attack people because they mistake them for something else, in murkier waters or what have you, or the shark feels threatened by a human because you invaded their territory, or they feel that if they don't attack you, you're going to attack them, or something like that. Most sharks will not attack people, and I'll go on as I explain each type of shark in my list. So let's get into it and let's find out, starting from the from number 10 all the way to number 1. Number 10, the number 10th most dangerous shark. I have the blacktip shark. Not to be confused with the black ship reef shark, but this is a black ship shark. It is dark gray to dark blue, or to blue gray or dusky bronze above and white underneath. The males mature at about 5.9 feet, while females slightly larger at 6 feet, and the largest female ever caught was 8.1 feet. The teeth are serrated and finely edged, both tops and bottoms. Their habitat is inland shores found in shallow coastal waters and often encountered in estuaries and river mouths. Widespread in tropical and subtropical continental seas. The shark feeds mainly on schooling fish, small sharks, rays, squid, cuttlefish. It's a very active shark, similar to a spinner, but larger. The shark may approach divers and circle at a distance, but rarely approaches unbaited situations. Large sharks are usually indifferent to divers once they descent, and to rarely approach closer than 50 feet. Nevertheless, these sharks are belligerent with divers that encounter spearfishing or spearfishing equipment. Spearfishermen frequently refer to these fish as sea jackals. They often try to steal the fish from those who are spearfishing underwater. They will approach if you have their food source with them, and that's probably what makes them a dangerous shark. Number 9, the great hammerhead. There are several species of hammerhead. This is the largest of all of them. It's dark olive green to brownish gray and white below. The shark gets to matures at the male matures at 7.7 to 8.8, and the female at 8.2 and 9.8. They grow in length up to 18.3 and have been found more than 20 feet in length. They're coastal and semi-oceanic, found in several different habitats in warmer waters. They're migratory or nomadic, spend much of their life solitary, but sometimes found in large schools, probably during moving to mating seasons or something like that. They are witnessed mating season around the Bahamas a lot and other places. These species are thought to be dangerous because their prey items are very vast. Everything from rays to sea catfish, groupers, herring, boxfish, other sharks, guitarfish, and crustaceans as well. They find fish that are buried in the sand with some kind of a sonar thing they have in their head. They're very distinctly identifiable for their shape. No other fish has this hammerhead shaped shape. They're they've approached divers unaggressively and will approach divers even when not baited. They have been observed eating out of people's hands from the side of fishermen's boats. They come up and will act kind of like a dog, and people give them scraps of fish and they eat it and stick around. Maybe they have more of a dangerous reputation because of their size, and their diet is very diverse, but very few incidents, and I haven't found any fatal incidents from them. A lot of attacks by them, but nothing fatal that I've read in all of what I've found in my research. So I got hammerhead at number 9. Falling in at number 8 is the sand tiger. It's got a stocky build, snaggle-like teeth. The shark has a pronounced hump, and both dorsal fins are about the same size. Bronze to gray above and white below. The sizes on males from 7.2 to 8.4 and females 7.2 to 9.8. But they've been found up to 10.4 feet. Their teeth are long and slender and curved inwards, mostly probably to keep fish from escaping once they're bit. The fish mainly feeds on fish and squid and occasionally crustaceans. He likes warmer temperatures and during the winter usually goes to deeper depths. Found in most coastal waters around the world. These sharks are often swim with their mouth open ajar, showing their teeth, making them look more menacing than they are. They're generally placid, and despite their ferocious appearance, they do not approach people too much. Occasionally, divers who are spearfishing, they will approach like any other fish, predatory fish, and looking for easy food, and have bitten divers. But a lot of people speculate this was by accident, mistaking the fish and the diver in murky water for some kind of a bait or something, just because they smell the food in the water. They tend to be found in cooler waters as well. So their frequent encounters with humans probably what makes them a dangerous shark, and that's the sand tiger. Number seven. Number seven comes in with the short fin Mako shark. It's a streamlined shark with a conal shaped snout, crescent shaped fins, and a large keel, a very thick tail. Its color is a metallic blue to a dark gray and white below. The males mature at 6.2 while the females mature at 9.1, a drastic difference in size between males and females. The largest found's been 12.9, but suspect there's even larger ones. They live in waters of above 60 degrees and at least 500 feet in depth. So they're found a little bit offshore and found throughout the world in tropical climates. They feed on fish, including fast-moving fish, tuna, bonito, and swordfish, and squid and smaller sharks. The short fin. They're related to a great white in the same family as a great white and the megalodon. These sharks are very active. They're warmer-bodied sharks. They have attacked swimmers unprovoked and divers rarely unprovoked. However, they become aggressive around a speared fish, indicate that you should regard caution around these fish if you're out spearfishing. These sharks were the model for the Corvette, which is a fitting for the 1970s Corvettes were modeled after these because the man who designed it caught one off the coast of Hawaii and inspired him for the design for the 1970s Corvette, which is fitting for this fast-moving shark and a fast-moving car. So this is the Corvette supercharged to the ocean. Number 6 on my list is a bronze whaler shark or copper shark. It is a large shark with a long, moderate, round, broad snout and bludgeon base. It's olive gray to bronze above and below white. Males mature at 6.6 to 7.5 and females mature at 7.9. The maximum length is 9.8. It has the upper teeth are distinct inward hook shape. Fish is a fast-moving fish found in temperate to subtropical waters in the Atlantic, Mediterranean, and the Indo-Pacific. It's a seasonal migrator found along the coast of southern Africa in giant shoals of migrating sardines. It's often found close inshores with schooling fish and frequents the surf zone, and also found around offshore islands over deep waters. This fish is a very active, fast-moving fish and can leap out of the water. Species has been implicated in bites to humans, particularly spear fishermen. So this is a bronze whaler shark or the copper shark. Number 5, the blue shark. It's a blue-colored shark with a long snout and a very slender body. Color is from indigo blue to bright blue above and white below. Maximum length is 12.5, but unconfirmed reports of 15.7 to 21 feet. Males mature at 5.8 to 9.2, and females at 7.25, so they have their teeth are serrated and curved. Lower jaws are narrow cusps. If these sharks are found in waters at 44.6 to 60.8 degrees C's, but can tolerate warmer to 77 degrees in water. They're closely found near the surface when the depth exceeds 600 feet. They're found throughout the world in temperate seas. They prey on schooling fish, squid, and other species of shark and invertebrates and seabirds and carrion. Um, these sharks are usually seen cruising slowly on the surface with their pectoral fins outspread, and their dorsal fins sometimes break the surface. The sharks may circle before rushing in to bite, and because they're very active in food stimulus, when food stimulus is in the water, blue sharks are found in large aggregations, but not schooling. These sharks are found a lot off the coast of California and become very active and aggressive. It's thought that in World War II that these sharks attacked many victims of shipwrecks. That is your blue shark. It comes in at number 5. Coming in at number 4 is the Oceanic Whitetip shark. Perhaps should be higher up on the list, but because they live way out in the ocean and far reach from most human encounters, we don't really know. But we do know that Jacques Cousteau, the famous researcher and expert on the ocean and sharks, claims that this is the most dangerous of all sharks. But I don't have reports. I based mine on attacks, and there wasn't as many attacks. During World War II, the USS Indiana went down and reported that these sharks were attacking the survivors. The shark is grayish bronze and white below with mottled white dorsal and pectoral fins. Most species are about 6.5, but can reach up to 11.5 and 12.9. These are oceanic fish or sharks found mostly in deep waters far from shore, but occasionally are found on coastal areas and found on oceanic islands with depths of 120 feet or more. The shark is regularly found in waters that are 65 to 82 degrees, but prefers sea temperatures of 68. They were at one time very abundant in the Gulf of Mexico, but the species were virtually disappeared due to overfishing. The fish prey on bony fish such as tuna, marlin, jacks, barracuda, dolphin fish, and occasionally seabirds, turtles, and marine mammals, and carrion and garbage. These sharks leisure near the surface with their pectoral fins spread out. The white-tip sharks are more often potential when inspected potential food source. Humans, they pose a danger to humans swimming and snorkeling in baited and unbaited situations. When fended off, the oceanic shark are often return circling, approaching again. So they're kind of persistent in their nature. So they're stubborn and aggressive and need to be treated with caution. Number 3 is a tiger shark. The tiger shark is a very large shark, second only to the great white in predatory sharks. They come in a brownish colored olive gray to black above and dusty yellow, pale gray, and yellow below. Young sharks have tiger-like vertical bars on them which give them their name. The most individuals are around 11 to 14 feet. Males mature at 7.5 to 9.5, and females mature at 8.2 to 11.5. The largest found is 18 feet, weighing 3,110 pounds. These sharks occur in oceanic islands and where depths are 1,000 feet or more, and coastal species of sharks tolerate a variety of marine habitats. They're found in estuaries, temperate waters like river mouths and jetties, and also found in coral atolls and lagoons. They circumglobe the world, found in tropicals and warmer seas. The tiger shark is omnivore, feeding on bony fish, sharks, rays, marine turtles, marine mammals, sea snakes, seabirds, crustaceans, octopus, squid, jellyfish, carrion, and garbage. They're oftentimes found eating dead whales that are floating on the surface, and you find tiger sharks feeding on them. So they're an opportunist. They sometimes mistake humans for sea turtles, is believed, because especially when they're on a boogie board. These sharks are solitary, but can be found in small groups up to 6 individuals. The species are nocturnal, do most of their feeding at night, and retreat to offshore areas and kind of sleep but lazily lay on the bottom during the day. Divers have approached them with ease without problems. They seem to be very non-aggressive, but don't let that fool you. They have been known to casually swim by a diver and then take a bite. So even though they're very rarely attack human beings, and they do, they can surprise you. They've been aggressive towards spear fishermen, and you need to take caution when being around tiger sharks. Coming in number two. Number two is the bull shark. A bull shark is gray in color with white bands on the flank. The males mature at 5.1 to 7.4, and the females mature at 5.9 and 7.5, and females can reach a length of 10.6, while the males can reach a length of 9.8. They usually found close inshore in water less than 100 feet deep. Tropical to subtropical coastal waters worldwide, this species has the ability to penetrate fresh water. They've been found as far north on the Mississippi River as Cairo, Illinois, and found in several U.S. rivers that empty into warm subtropical water, such as the southern Atlantic or the Gulf of Mexico. They've been found in the Amazon River all the way up to Peru, which is 2,294 miles inland. They've been found in Zambezi River in Africa, and in Lake Nicaragua, there's a landlocked population of them. They're found in Australian rivers as well. They have been even found in rivers in New Jersey, where an attack in the early 1900s that inspired the movie Jaws was based on one of these bull sharks. They prey mostly on bony fish, but are optimistic feeders and will eat smaller sharks, skates, turtles, birds, mammals, crustaceans, and even garbage. These they give birth in fresh water, it's believed, and the divers report these sharks to be rarely seen on the surface, but mostly cruising just below the surface. So you may be sitting in a dock and not even know one swim by. These fish are aggressive, have the highest rate of testosterone of any other animal known. They can be aggressive without cause, and they bite by biting into something, then shaking their head violently to rip it. So their wounds are very, very lethal. So not a type of shark you want to be bitten by. Not that you want to be bitten by any type of shark, but these sharks are kind of like a pit bull in nature, and oftentimes eat carrion like vultures of the ocean, I guess. These sharks are close proximity to humans, and some list these as the most dangerous shark. But I was using data on how many people died from shark attacks and how many unprovoked attacks there were. So they didn't reach the list, maybe because there ain't as many of them. I don't know, but there's sure a lot of them found along the Gulf of Mexico and the southern U.S. coast. Okay, before we get to number one, we're going to do a few honorable mentions. The blacktip reef shark is about average about 5.25 feet, found in the western Pacific or Indian Ocean in tropical waters near coral reefs or reef islands. Have They're quite inquisitive when divers are in the water, but are usually easily drawn off. Frequent aggressive behaviors around spear fishermen. Non-fatal incidents involving spear fishermen, surfers, swimmers, waders. Most bites have been on the limbs of people in shallow water near coral reefs. The dusky shark, a large gray shark with a short, broad, rounded snout. Uh, the color is gray to bluish gray. They get up to about over 11 feet in length. Um, they're found on continental or insular shelves and oceanic water adjacent to them. They range from the surf zone to deep water up to over 13,000 feet. They're found in warm water or temperate or tropical seas. They migrate. They're found in the northern Pacific and western North Atlantic in the summertime and move south in the winter when the water temperatures change. Because of their relative size and their potential for danger, they're implicated in a number of cases in Australia. Both dusky and copper sharks are referred to as bronze whalers. This is the lemon shark. One of my favorites. Doesn't make the list, but is a potential danger shark because it's a large shark with a yellowish body, and given its name, the lemon shark, because of its yellow tint to its skin. And get up to a little over 9 feet. Average is about 7 to 8 feet. These species can enter fresh water, like the bull shark. They're nocturnal, mostly active at night around docks and saltwater creeks and estuaries and bays and inlets. They are found in around mangrove forests where the young bull sharks live, and they've been involved in many unprovoked incidents from South Carolina, Florida to Texas, and they're aggressive if they're messed with. The nurse sharks, various shades of brown in color. Juveniles are usually darker with spots. They can reach up to 10 feet and have been recorded to be 14 feet long, but average about 8 feet. They're um, they're found near mangroves and rocky coral reefs, and in the western Pacific, the Atlantic, from southern Brazil to Cape Hatteras, with uh, strays in Rhode Island, including Gulf of Mexico and the Caribbean Seas, Eastern Atlantic, Cape Verde Islands, the Gulf Coast of West Africa, Eastern Pacific from southern Baja to Peru. They feed on small fish, invertebrates, lobster, shrimp, and crabs. Hey, my kind of fish. I like what they eat. Um, they're nocturnal, very active at night, and during the day they're very sluggish. They seem to be indifferent to divers. Usually will attack when provoked. They're known to retaliate, but if they're left alone, they won't bother anybody. But sometimes people wade and might step on one and get bit, but there's never been recorded any fatalities from them. This is a spinner shark. Have you ever eaten shark at a restaurant or bought shark at the grocery store? There's a good possibility you've eaten a spinner shark. They're a commercially fished shark. They get to about 5 to 6 feet. Been recorded at 9 feet. They're not a real large shark, but they're average size shark, like warm water, tropical Atlantic, Mediterranean, or Pacific Ocean and Indian Ocean. The primary feed on fish, stingrays, and cephalopods. they're active schooling fish or sharks. They usually swim in large schools of spinners. They feed. Sometimes they will feed through a school of fish and spin into the air, giving them names of spinner. They like to leap into the air and spin. Spinner sharks are sometimes attack divers and spear fishermen, who, although spinners are never implicated in fatalities, there have been several incidents where they've bitten people. Coming in at number one. Number one is the great white. Now, I assumed that I was going to put the bull shark at number one. That's been, but looking at statistics and the amount of people fatally wounded by sharks, great white holds the record at 78 fatalities. Where some sharks might slightly bite you and you won't be a fatality. When these ones do, maybe it does. Maybe that makes a difference. Maybe it isn't the most dangerous shark in the ocean. It's just its size makes it potentially more dangerous. I don't think it's as aggressive as a bull shark or some of the other sharks, but nonetheless, it is the most fatalities, so it deserves a spot as number one. I Just because Hollywood made this out to be more than what it was, I don't want people to think that great whites and be afraid of them. I think that they serve a very important purpose in the ecosystem, and 78 fatalities in the history of known fatalities is not that much. I think the records go back till the 1500s, where who knows how many unreported shark attacks from great whites, but you could say that about any other species of shark. So these are only known fatalities, and about 201 attacks that weren't fatalities, or 201 attacks. I don't know which is, if that's including the fatalities or not. Their maximum length is about 2,000.9 feet, but they possibly can get over 26.25 feet. They have large triangular teeth in both jaws, upper and lower. I think most of us know what their teeth look like. They're a direct descendant of the megalodon, them and the Mako shark, as well as porbeagles and salmon sharks, all in the same family of shark, the Carnarius, otherwise known as herring sharks. They like temperate, cooler water, but are found in subtropic and even tropic waters. They're found from Newfoundland down to Argentina, and most of the west coast of the United States and South America as well. Found along Africa, a lot of them around South Africa and Australia, and Pacific or islands throughout islands throughout the ocean. They're found in the Caribbean, Marshall Islands, Easter Islands, Central Pacific Islands, even in the Red Sea and the Indian Ocean, Mozambique, Madagascar, and other places. They are considered a super predator. It is without question the most formidable of all sharks. The white shark swims swiftly and is capable of great speeds. A shark inflated is cruising at 32 kilometers per hour. The shark sometimes raises its head above the water, what they call spy hopping behavior, frequently observing around seal colonies and in baiting situations. The great white is curious and it learns by experience. However, the shark does not have hands, so it uses its mouth and teeth to inspect objects, which could account for some of the attacks. Sightings of great whites does not mean a bite is inevitable. These sharks usually indifferent to divers. However, this species has been known to and numerous unprovoked bites on swimmers, surfers, divers. Most bites of great whites are not fatal, but incidents in which the great whites, particularly consumed to humans, have occurred. The species project in South African territorial waters. The the great white is is a great work of God, a magnificent creature, streamlined, aerodynamic, and powerful.